for more. Banter Wars 3.5. The quarterfinals continues. The All-Stars. An ordinary robot Blimey, the current reigning champion, against Banter Ball. Oh, I wonder which way this one's going to go. Well, it is pretty obvious, isn't it? Let's be fair. So here we go, an easy trip into the semi-finals for the current champion and the best robot ever created by Satan himself, I'll have you know. But first of all, this is Banter Ball. You may remember this one. It somehow got this far. It somehow won a battle. It doesn't really do anything, but it is unflippable. It just rolls around a lot, and it has got flamethrowers. Oh, unique, sir. And it is against the reigning champion, the greatest robot ever built by Satan himself. It's got the flippers, it's got the tiny little axe pick things, which don't really do anything, let's be honest. Quite slow, but does it need speed? God, no! No, no, no. Okay.
And the Prime Minister said,
Banter Ball, what you gonna do? Oh, you're gonna roll a bit. Right, Observer Bot. Good stuff, getting things rolling, quite literally. And an ordinary robot will do this. Now, the only hope for Banter Ball is that an ordinary robot can't do anything with it and eventually gives up. Which actually isn't beyond the realms of possibility. It almost went into the pit there, actually. Maybe that's a tactic for the Banter Ball. Just play dumb and hope that the other robot is dumber than yourself. I don't think that's going to happen. What's an ordinary robot going to do here? I mean, blimey. It's only really got the flipper. What are those axes going to do? When I commissioned this... No, sorry. When the Prime Minister commissioned this robot from Satan, he said, Season 3 was alright. I know, we won. But we didn't cause much damage. So Santa came up with the brilliant idea of these two twin pickaxes. Can Banter Ball move away from the pit? Or will it fall in the pit? An ordinary robot is clearly on top and... Oh, dearie me! Just about escaped there. Both robots so close to taking the tumble away from the semi-finals. Because obviously that's the goal we want to get to here. Chance to face some pretty devilish robots. This is the All-Stars, by the way. These are the best of the best. Now hold on, why is the Banter Ball here then? I don't know. I don't know how this works anymore, to be fair. Observerbot is bored. Just get rid of it, an ordinary robot. There's the pit. Put it in the damn thing. Stop teasing us. This is an almighty tease. At the end of the day... Oh dear, what was that? Well, that's a wild spin, almost into the pit. An ordinary robot was sent flying. Perhaps it was that satanic magic we've been promised. Banter Ball once again, barely escaping the pit. An ordinary robot focuses now on the Observer Bot. Not at all surprising. Just throw yourself in the pit, Observer Bot. I mean, it's coming, isn't it? Might as well. Good angle there as we see an ordinary robot bullying the wolf again. And I think we're coming to the end of the battle now. It's going to go to a judge's decision. I wonder which way they're going to vote. I wonder. Well, what's this? An ordinary robot has stopped moving. It stopped. We're going to a judge's decision, but could this count? It stopped moving at the end. What a shock this could turn out to be. I don't know what was wrong with it. But it just stopped moving. Luckily for an ordinary robot, the game ran out of time. We're going to go to a judge's decision. I still think it's got to go for an ordinary robot, surely. Oh, wait. The result is in. Ah! I'm right as always. An ordinary robot is the winner. Well, nobody really knows what happened at the end there. It stopped moving for a little while, but it doesn't matter because Banter Ball is out. It was pretty pathetic throughout. Next up, Siren Evo versus Wacko Massimo. Could Could we see a shock in the making here? Siren Evo, of course. The newest version of the series. Well, no, not the newest version. This is one of the old. No. We might be proven wrong later. It's one of the versions of the Series 2 champion, but you don't care about it right now because we're looking at Wacko Massimo, built by Tashik, I don't know. Flipping swords. It was in the final last series. But how good really is this robot? We'll have to ask ourselves the serious questions here on Banter Wars. This robot has proven itself. This is Siren Evo. Unfortunate in Series 3 not to make it to the final, but it was the Series 2 champion, and it's done well so far in 3.5. Can it do one better here?
And the Prime Minister said,
Good matchup this. Wacko Massimo and Siren, both of them have swords. The Siren Evo has the advantage of flippers as well. That's a good attack though by Wacko Massimo. It's underneath, and this could be a torment for the previous champion. But now maybe it's getting the upper hand. Who can really bring those swords in? Who will cause more damage? There goes part of the flipper for Siren Evo, and that could be crucial. Can it take another one off? I don't know. Wacko Massimo doesn't look too good. It stopped moving. Wacko Massimo stopped moving, and that means that Siren is the winner. Well, there's your answer. Who can cause more damage? Well, Siren, clearly. Wacko Massimo is out. What could have been a really good battle turns out to be minute in size, and Siren Evo joins an ordinary robot in the next round. We're gearing up for some pretty special battles in the next round of All-Stars, but now we have a little bit of a break from competitions. This is old versus new. An old robot against a new robot, and we just see how they get on just for a bit of fun, because I need to fill out the space in these episodes. Tree Brian, previously the champion of the Foreigners competition. Getting on a bit now, that tree has many rings. And this is a new robot. This is Heaven Jaws. It has a chomper slash flipper, which everyone decides to have on the day. A menacing looking machine. And its opponent, as mentioned, the aged, the rather wrinkled Tree Brian, with the lifter and the saw blade at the back. Strength, this is Canadian Maverick. Oh, all the syrup here on. But will it be turned into sap?
and the Prime Minister said,
Not for a sappy performance, but maybe that's what we're getting here. Those crosses on Heaven's Jaws are like asbestos to a nun. They kill it quickly. And I think Tree Brian is killed quickly here. Heaven Jaws using that lifter chomper combination. And that is Tree Brian gone. Old versus new. You're done for another week. Thank you very much. Bye. Good stuff. But let's move on to something completely different. We have the weapons match. And this is the Oddballs. Everyone's favourite robots, Robot Wars Arena, Captain's Merry Ship, Jesus, and the fan favourite Kevin. Let's see how they fare today. So exciting. Well. We got some old robots. We got some newer robots. But we're looking for a phantasmic experience today. The Captain's Merry Ship returns. It's been a while since we've seen this one. It's got the broadside cannons. It won the design award for Series 1. Problem is, doesn't really do that well. A bit too slow. And who are the opponents of the Captain's Merry Ship? First up, Robot Wars Arena. Certainly an oddball in its own special way. It is a miniature Robot Wars Arena. Strength is the arena section which bewilders its opponents. It's got the spikes on top, but what else does it have? We don't really know. We really don't know. Kevin, we know what this one's all about though, don't we? always been an oddball. It's never really been very good, but it does self-right nowadays, just about. Still completely rubbish, but we'll just, well, good luck, Kevin, I suppose. And finally, Steezus. Now, it's been a while since we've seen this one. An old favourite from the Sir series. Those claws have now been turned into lifters. But it's an old design, and I'm not sure how well this one will hold up against the newer boys. We find out? Yeah, why not?
And the Prime Minister said,
It's anyone's guess who's going to win this one, because let's face it, they're all pretty rubbish. That's a good start from Kevin on Steelers, and Steelers is upside down. Kevin, that's enough now. You've done your job. No, I think Kevin's just knocked itself out, as well as Steelers. That's a good flip from the start, and that shows what Kevin is capable of, what the potential is. But then it completely bumbles and fumbles and kills itself, and now it's between the Robot Wars arena and the Captain's Merry ship. The Captain's Merry ship doesn't really move. Just like a real ship, its turning circle is usually a mile or so. But the Robot Wars arena, I think it's going to win this one. Unless the Captain's Merry ship can bring on a broadside attack, which it could potentially do here, but a few of its cannons seem to be displaced over the course of this battle. And now Steezus is being pushed along as well. The Robot Wars arena doing all the work here and looking good for a place in the weapons match final. That'll be in the last episode of 3.5. I'm sure you're all looking forward to that one. Captain's Merry ship can turn itself back over, but it's a plaything for the Robot Wars arena out there. Come on. Somebody do something. I don't think it's being counted out now. I don't think the Captain's Merry ship is quick enough to get away from that. And no, it's not. There you go. Robot Wars arena is the winner! First battle I think the Robot Wars arena has ever won, thanks to Kevin killing itself. I think Kevin might have actually won this one, you know. But nevertheless, it's a good win for Robot Wars arena against, let's face it, some pretty useless opposition. Well done anyway. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Let's have some more with Sumo. We've got the Pine Tree Crusher, Chasm, Dinner for One, and Verchix, which returns for another go at one of its favourite competitions. Oh, Spline as well. Oh, brilliant. So we have an old Sumo veteran joining us today, as well as some other friendly faces. Who've we got then? First up, Verchix. It's been in Sumo before, didn't do too badly. That's why it's returned this series, even though its design hasn't really changed at all. How can it cope? We'll find out. Because it's against some pretty stern-looking opposition. And when I say stern, I mean this thing. The Pine Tree Punisher is now the Pine Tree Crusher, and it's more deadly than ever with those tracks. The tracks mean that it is reduced in speed. In fact, I think it barely moves at all. So keep an eye out for that one. Chasm! Toast Ultimatum, Tail the Toaster, whatever he wants to be called these days. The builder of the tragic roundabout. Here in Banter Wars, he has this monstrosity. And maybe it'll do well, maybe it'll just kill itself like it tends to do. Finally, we have the Sumo Champion. Yes, I didn't mention because I was going to wait for the surprise. This is Dinner for One, previous Sumo Champion. And it's hopes to do well here again today. So we got some old Sumo veterans against some others.
And the Prime Minister said,
He's going to do. That's a good attack from Chasm on Dinner for One, and it's pushing it towards. Yes, the champion is out, killed by Chasm, who in turn kills itself as well. And Verchix presses on the back of the Pine Tree Crusher. There goes Chasm. You just saw it this side there. That's 2 down, and the Pine Tree Crusher isn't moving. Well, we're done. Verchix goes through. Dear God. I do test these robots, you know. I actually do test them. That was a good attack by Chasm, but in the process it killed itself, and the Crusher didn't work. So Vertchix books a one-way ticket to the final, and we move on to Team Trash to finish off this episode. We've got 2 more battles before we move on to the semi-finals. First up is Phallus Butcherer and Salamander Evolution versus Poshington's Moneybox and the Rollicking Walloper. Grand stuff we expect today from these machines. Who we got first then? We have, in the blue corner, Poshington's Moneybox. Strength, well, it's got a lot of money poured into this one, literally. But does that get over his head a bit, you know? Gets into his brain. Means that it doesn't work quite as hard. And the teammate for that one, the Rollicking Walloper, has the defensive poles and the spinning thing. Nobody quite knows how this pair made it through to this round, but they're here. They're a bit queer. Get used to it. And in the red corners, first up, another Heapian machine. This is the Phallus Butcherer. It has a brilliant remake, I'm sure you'll all agree, and it's got the lawnmower blade, much improved from previous incarnations. And funnily enough, its comrade is far better than it. We have Salamander Evolution. Brilliant piece of machinery this, highly destructive, and I truly think this is going to tear up the opposition here today. Good luck to the rich people. You're going to need a lot of money to mend your robots after this one.
And the Prime Minister said,
And we're off to a roaring start. Salamander gets turned over the arena flipper, and the other 2 robots come face to face, and look at that. Tearing it to shreds! As well as his own teammate, Salamander, I think, has conked Poshington out there. Poshington's gone, and the Rollicking Walloper hasn't moved. Game over. What's going on here? Well, that was that. Poshington's box just completely annihilated. And the Rollicking Walloper didn't even move, didn't even bother. Done and dusted. That means the Phallus Butcher and Salamander Evolution go through to the semi-finals of Team Trash, and they'll be joined by either Siren and Spider or Nebula Rev 2 and Ubik. Now we saw Siren earlier in its previous form. This is the newest. This is Freezer at 80% power. Yes, that was a Dragon Ball Z reference. It's over 9,000! Okay, less of that. Right, who have we got here then? In the blue corner, first up is Siren. Previous champion with Spider. This is a newer form to the one we saw earlier. It's no longer the champion. Sucks to you, Siren! As for Spider, a good performer in the past. Never done particularly well in the series, but it is efficiently designed, and I think he can pull a few punches here. So that's the blue team. Now the red team for today, just as potent and just as capable. The first one is Ubik. Brilliant paint job. It's got the flipper on top, just as Nebula Rev 2, its partner. But these 2 robots want to get quite far underneath the opposition. And for that reason I've got to go for Siren and Spider. Nevertheless, this is Nebula Rev 2. Nicely purple, this one. Quite a deadly weapon, but can they get under enough? That's the problem with these 2. But we'll leave it to the battlers to battle the great battle that battles the battle.
and the Prime Minister said,
Oh, great starting move there by Nebula Rev 2. Gets underneath Siren. That was a close call there. Meanwhile, Spider and Ubik are on the other side of the arena. Siren goes over the arena flipper, as does Nebula Rev 2. Which needs to turn itself over any time now. Well, Siren helped you out. Good attack there. Now Ubik comes in, so does Spider. And this is probably the longest battle we've seen so far in this episode. The pits begin to open, they descend. Nebula Rev puts Siren in a dangerous position. Ubik's lost an eye and lost its sense of direction. Spider is upside down. Well, they're both in the pit. No, Nebula Rev 2's still alive. Just barely. A quick escape leads to a quick exit. And we have a winner. We have 2 winners. Ubik and Nebula Rev 2. Well, that was all a bit fast and furious. Good first attack by Nebula Rev on Siren. But that was turned around quite quickly. Meanwhile, Ubik and Spider came face to face. And this point here, Nebula Rev and Spider reverse, kill themselves. And Ubik disposes of Spider, which can't self-right, apparently. There you go.
Hang on a minute. Kato, shut up.